guys. How is it going? I hope everyone is doing well today, day or night, whenever you see this video, right? This video is meant for you. Please take what resonates and don't worry about the other stuff that doesn't. Always feel free to check out your other placements, what your sun sign, rising sign, ascendant, or moon sign is, because depending on what's going on in your life, you may resonate more with one of those signs. All right, and everybody is welcome, as we all have Libra and Scorpio somewhere in our birth chart. And yes, all these readings are timeless. So that means for some people, they may resonate for June 2023, or it could be a couple months in the past, or a couple months in the future, or even a year in the past, or a year in the future. Okay, so again, when you see this video, it is meant for you. All right. And with that being said, all of the readings are general, so they can cover anything like love, work, friends, family, health, money, etc. All right. And so we're going to get into your reading here in just a few moments, Libra, for June, and see what we have coming up for you. Just wanted to let you know as well, I do take that one photo of all of your cards at the end that I will be posting online after the live is done, in case some people are interested in looking at it while they listen, or just looking at it up close later. So if you want to do that, or you're interested in that, all you have to do is click in the little description box below and follow the instructions there on how to see the photo. But yes, I also wanted to say that I appreciate everyone's energy, whether you're new or you're coming back. Everybody is welcome. I do appreciate the likes, the shares, and the subscriptions. They're all great free ways to support this channel, since I'm doing these readings for free. So if you feel guided and you want to interact in any way with this video, even if you don't like it, you can give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, or even just comment something. Any interaction with the videos in the first couple of days helps it recirculate within YouTube's algorithm, if you feel guided. All right, so anyway, let's go ahead and get started here. I wanted to do a sound bell real quickly to ground ourselves, for me and for you guys. So it's really good to let go of anything we've been holding on to, or even just take a couple of deep breaths and check in with your body, that kind of thing. Okay, so just be aware it'll be a little bit loud if you're listening with headphones for just a few minutes. All right, but yeah, let's see, here we go. And this is for Libra. All right. Right. Libra, let's see what we have here for you coming up for June. All right. So we're going to start with your first 4 cards here at the top, and then we'll kind of go from there. But before I call them out, there can be some dates associated with these cards when perhaps some of these things may occur, but it's nothing set in stone, okay? It's just a general guideline, all right? So we're saying for the first card can be energy from around June 1st through the 8th, and I'll say the dates again when we're getting more into the reading. I'm just kind of calling them out real quickly right now. And then we said possibly the second card can be from around June 9th through the 16th. The third card can be from around June 17th through the 23rd. And the fourth card can be from around June 24th through June 30th, or even the first week of July. All right, so yes, let's see what we have here for you, Libra. All right, so we have the 4 of Sacred Circles in the right side up position, also known as 4 of Pentacles. We have the Princess of Sacred Circles, or Princess of Pentacles, in the reverse position. We have the 3 of Sacred Circles, or 3 of Pentacles, in the right side up position as your third card, and your fourth card is the Ace of Cups. All right, so right off the bat, right, you've got three pentacle cards right here alone. Okay. So this is kind of where we want to check in and see what the majority of the minor arcana is to see if there's a underlying theme to the reading. Okay. So you also have three wands and one sword, one cup, and then you have a major arcana. So it looks like it's pretty much the tie right here between the three pentacles or three sacred circles and the three wands, also known as staves, right? So that can be that there's an underlying theme about values. Am I being valued enough? Is the other person, is the environment, vice versa? Am I being valued enough as far as money, finances, that kind of thing? When we talk about aces or wands, it can be our physical body or health, or it can be what we get fired up or passionate about within our body, okay, to get us moving in the 3D world, that kind of thing. All right, so yeah, that's kind of background info. We'll just put it aside in the back of our minds, right? But yeah, as far as the major arcanas, I have said that you have one over here. And so this is the Hierophant, okay? So you have some Taurus energy here. So for some of you guys, Libra, you could be dealing with a Taurus, a sun sign Taurus, or someone who has a lot of Taurus in their chart, or you have a lot of Taurus in your chart, or it also could be referencing Taurus season of this year, of last year, even next year, or some clues in, again, either your birth chart or someone else's birth chart that may give you some clues or more information, okay? Or the Taurus thing means nothing at all, but I like to kind of call it out in the beginning, all right? But yeah, let's go ahead and go in order here. We'll talk about the rest of these cards underneath where Spirit wants me to talk to you about them. All right, but let's start with your first card here, Libra. Now, this is the Four of Sacred Circles, also known as Four of Pentacles. And we said that could be around the first week of June or so. All right. And when we're talking about the first card in particular, it can be energy from the recent past, kind of still trickling in. But there's a little bit of this controlling or possibly fearful energy here, perhaps around finances or being valued in some way. And there's a reluctancy to want to work with others at this time when we see this card showing up here. Now, I forgot to mention, right, Libra, this reading could be about you or someone you're dealing with or multiple people that you're dealing with or your general environment situation. So again, always take it how it may resonate for you, okay? But we see this Native American man and he's smoking the peace pipe, okay? So the peace pipe is supposed to be smoked with someone else to find peace and common ground in Native American culture. So because he's by himself, that's that reluctancy kind of energy to kind of work with others. That can be that more controlling energy or fearful energy, okay? But whatever this is, you know, it doesn't last forever, okay? It's just showing up here for one reason or another. But then you still have some other great stuff that follows, okay? And again, you have like those three pentacles, earth sign energy, or sacred circles, as it's called in this deck, back to back to back. So not the particular card, but you could be, again, dealing with or have a lot of earth sign energy in your chart. So Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, but it's just kind of showing up here. It doesn't have to be. All right, so now Libra, when we get into your second card, second week, we have a little bit of a slowdown of energy or energetic blockage, gentle reminder or challenge with that Princess of Sacred Circles or Princess of Pentacles, as it's known, in the reverse position. It's almost like that fearful or controlling or reluctancy to work with others energy that was showing up in the first week. Then it stops and slows down to a halt, right? And so maybe at this point, somebody or something is triggering to maybe, you know, deal with these issues that we talked about in the first week. It could be someone is also perhaps a little reluctant to elevate in one area of their life or multiple areas of their life. If this Princess of Sacred Circles was showing right side up, she would eventually become a queen, right? She'd be open to learning new things. She's very abundant. She's got kids all over, one in the belly, one outside the belly, right? But it was in that kind of reverse position here for you. So slowdown of energy, not feeling abundant as far as money or finances or values or all of those things, one or the other. Also hesitancy to, again, elevate in some area of life. Let's talk about what's underneath it, okay? Because it's pretty interesting. So these two cards that are underneath this one, they're going to give us more insight about why this card showed up here in that reverse position. So this is past energy down here. So it could be from a couple days ago, weeks, months, years, etc. But what we have is the Four of Staves in the reverse position and the Ace of Staves in that reverse position. And we're talking about it with the Princess of Sacred Circles or Princess of Pentacles in that reverse position. Okay. So it looks like here, Libra, in the past, in some way, there could have been some type of union or celebration, whether romantic or platonic or with self, that didn't go through or was put on hold or wasn't well accepted with the Four of Staves, Four of Wands in that reverse position. Now, also because of this, on the other side, we have that Ace of Staves energy in the reverse position. So again, this is Earth sign energy over here with the Sacred Circles of Pentacles. Over here, we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius with the staves or wands. Not the particular cards, but the energies here. So it's because this union or celebration was put on hold or didn't happen, or there was a lack of vulnerability in some type of union or partnership, that this kind of stifled or completely stopped some type of ending, new beginning that wanted to happen with that Ace of Staves, okay, because it's in that reverse position. So it's almost like if we don't have the vulnerability within one of these unions or partnerships or with ourselves, or we just have to put some type of celebratory energy on hold, then perhaps it's going to dampen our spirit a little bit. And so we're not going to feel as creative. Maybe we're going to have a little bit of some small health issues with the Ace of Staves in the reverse position, or just not feeling motivated in the physical body in the 3D world. Okay. But with this being said, Libra, you do have, we're foreshadowing, we're going to jump to the closer to the end for just a second. You have another ace over here that shows up in the fourth week. That's right side up. Okay. So don't worry too much. All right. This slowdown of energy, this energetic blockage is happening for a reason, to kind of go over those things we just talked about. Okay. But let's keep going forward and see what else we have here for you, Libra. All right, so now we're talking about your third week, your third card, which we said could be from around June 17th through the 23rd, but it's not set in stone. So here we have the Three of Sacred Circles, also known as Three of Pentacles in the right side up position. Okay, so now things are starting to slowly move again, more earth sign energy. But this is about building abundance, okay? Building values, right? Am I valued enough? Is the other person, is the environment, vice versa, okay? And it's also, we see in this card, it's hard to see, I'll try to bring it a little closer to you, but it's a Native American hut that is all on its own, right? And so technically, you started off your reading with the Four of Sacred Circles, right? So normally the Three of Sacred Circles would go before, okay? So it again has that feeling of being isolated or separating oneself a little bit to try to focus on these things, okay? For a small few of you guys, when we talk about Three of Pentacles or Three of Sacred Circles, as it's known in this deck, there can be some third-party energy. Third-party energy isn't always the other person has another person. As an example, it can be some type of interfering energy. So it could be the other person is a workaholic, or they have substance issues, or interfering family, whatever it is, right? So I just say for a small few, there may be some third-party energies, but it's not for everyone. The main thing about the Three of Sacred Circles or Three of Pentacles is partnership is so close by, right? So working with others is really close by, and maybe it's starting to slowly happen here. The reluctancy that you had more in the Four of Sacred Circles and the Three, even though it goes the other way, it's starting to slowly build here, I feel. Now, we do have images of the bear and the eagle in both the drums on the bottom of the card and in the sky. Okay, hopefully you can see it there. So any birds, right, are going to have us look at something from a higher perspective, which is always helpful, right? Seeing all the pieces to the puzzle, seeing different points of view. But the bear here is really interesting with the pentacles, with the money and the values. It's like, how do I conserve my energy? How do I save my money for the future, right? So this is also talking about building slowly towards the future, okay? But it's starting to pick up here for you. The energy is getting a little bit lighter here and nice, okay? So if I had to pause the reading right here, Libra, I would say that if there was something you wanted to accomplish during the month of June that's in your own control, I would say that the third, actually the fourth week is even better. Okay, so if again something you can hold off and wait till then, I would do that. But that's just throwing it out there. Okay, so let's see though before we get to the fourth week, right? We do have these other two cards. Hopefully you can see a little bit where they are, that are underneath this three of sacred circles. So it's going to give us more insight about why it's here, all that good stuff. Okay. So again, this is past energy. We got the Four of Wands in the right side up position, and the Two of Swords now is in that reverse position. And we're talking about it with the Three of Sacred Circles or Three of Pentacles. Okay. So Libra, it looks like here in the past, right, you actually have, let's stop right here and talk about it. You have a repeating card and they're both in the past, but one is reversed, one is right side up. Okay, really interesting. So when that happens, it's a particular message from Spirit to pay even closer attention, all right, because it just doesn't happen like that, right? So if you've seen it before, you know that I shuffle for a long time and really make sure and connect with Spirit and confirm that they want certain cards the way that they want them, right? So after this reading is over, you'll see me then shuffle for Scorpio. I did Libra off screen just because of time, okay? It's usually how I do that. It's one reading out of the two. But anyway, this Four of Staves, Four of Wands in reverse over here was that celebration, the lack of vulnerability in a partnership, in a union, romantic, platonic, etc., that was put on hold. When it's over here and it's still in the past position, it's a little bit of this back and forth energy, right? So what did we say for the astrology notes? I know we have some stuff coming up as far as partnership stuff, right? So again, whether platonic, romantic, etc. Let me look here real quickly. We have, oh, that's actually in that same week too. So in the third week, all right, on June 22nd, the day after summer solstice, the day after sun goes into Cancer, we have Vesta is going to be entering into Gemini, okay? So Vesta rules partnerships, marriages, commitments, right? And so when it enters into Gemini, which is known as the lover sign in the tarot, right? It's like having more of an open heart, okay? That's kind of the way that I just briefly described it. I probably talked more about it in the astrology notes video if you feel guided to watch that one. But anyway, it feels here, Libra, that it could be you're Libra, right? So it could be the balancing of scales. That's you, right? So, or wherever you have Libra in your chart, if you're not a sun sign Libra. So it could be that part of you or someone else or multiple people, general environment situation is really like, do I want to work on this partnership, this union with myself, with others, etc., romantic or platonic? Do I want to be more vulnerable? Do they, etc., vice versa? Do I want to have this celebration where maybe you're celebrating others because of their unions, right? That's also possible. So it's a little bit of like going back and forth, but they are both in that past energy. All right, so now with that being said, let's go back to where we were. Okay, so just making sure, well, for you, it'll be this way because everything's opposite in the camera. All right, it's okay. It's fine. So now again, we're also talking about the Two of Swords, though, is in the reverse position. So we just talked about the Four of Wands here, okay, in the right side up position in the past. Now we have the Two of Swords in the reverse position. So it could be that somebody in the past, decided to make some type of decision around this union, this vulnerability, this celebration, okay? Because the Two of Swords reverse is someone now coming out of that energy of being stuck before, perhaps again that back and forth Libra balancing it. They or you or them, etc., hadn't made the decision yet, but then maybe they finally did, and then that kind of led to, all right, I do kind of slowly want to work with people. I do want to have some type of team, right? Let's say I do want to be more abundant in my life with my money, my finances, my value, all those things. So, when we work with others and when we have a team, right? Of course, it's great to have the 3D team, but this card in particular, right, with these Native American elements of the bird and the bear, it's talking about a spiritual team as well, right? So maybe this is a spiritual team kind of background energy coming together here for you as well, Libra. Excuse me. And that's really beautiful, right? We need all the teams we can get, or that's how I feel anyway. But it seems that work that has started or slowly building earth sign energy in the third week, it leads to your best week here, the fourth week. Okay. Now you have the Ace of Cups in that right side up position. And we said we could, that this could be around June 24th through June 30th, or maybe in the first week of July, right? It's a general guideline as far as the timing goes. But this is a beautiful, abundant energy. It's something emotionally fulfilling or satisfying, right? The cup is overflowing. Your cup runneth over, as the famous saying goes, however it goes. I think it's something like that, all right? But we have the water in the tarot is that metaphor for our emotions. So something emotionally satisfying or fulfilling. When we're talking about aces, we're talking about endings and new beginnings, and also strengthening our innate talents and gifts, okay? And in particular, with the Ace of Cups, sometimes you will see a lotus flower, okay? So that talks about a resiliency energy. So if there was some difficult situations in the past, and who hasn't, right? As far as emotional difficult situations in the past, this is talking about going through that, working through the emotions, and still making or creating something really beautiful here with some type of ending, new beginning. Okay, so beautiful, beautiful right here for you, Libra. I love it. All right, but let's keep going. We're not done yet. Okay, so now when we get over here to this other little card, this is going to be your tarot confirmation card that comes in here and confirms all 4 weeks, all 4 cards that we just kind of talked about. So it is a combination of past and future energy. So it's not set in stone, right? But we have, again, the Hierophant, okay, the Taurus energy showing up here. So this is really interesting for you, Libra. It could be for some of you guys that you are stepping into more of a leadership role, or your spiritual team wants you to, or your 3D real people team wants you to, or both, right? But it could also be, if it's not some type of leadership role, it could be about having more confidence in general, or connecting with a teacher or mentor or a spiritual guide, right? Or guru, whatever you want to call it. So this is really nice energy. It could be also here for you, Libra, when we talk about the Hierophant energy. This is schools, government institutions, higher forms of learning, right? Coming in here. And what they call the Hierophant in this deck is the Magnus of Internal Gods. Okay, so this is the Hermetic Tarot deck, so there's a lot of alchemy symbols here, okay? But he's got an elephant down there. He's got, of course, the Taurus bull horns, like in the bottom center of the card, all right? But this feels really nice for you, especially when it's right next to that Ace of Cups, okay? So beautiful. I love it, Libra. I got to check again where I have Libra in my chart. I can't remember offhand. I got to get better about that. I know my main stuff, but yeah. Anyway, let's see what else we have here for you, Libra. We also have 2 oracle cards. So this first one I haven't used in a while, but this is the, what is it called? The Time Oracle deck. Okay, so if there was a question that you had when you were coming to this reading, or certain things that you were thinking about or came up while you were listening, this may be an answer for some of you guys. It can be in the past or in the future. It depends on, again, who you are and what's going on in your life. So it can either be a yes or a no, or it can say within a year, or it can say within a week. Okay, but the one that you got says within 3 months. All right. So definitely check back in this reading, check back with this reading in 3 months, or check back what was going on for you in the past in 3 months as well. Okay, but that is your time oracle message. All right. Now we also have another oracle card here for you, Libra, before you go. So this is the Rumi oracle deck. He was a 13th century Persian poet. All right, so there's like a short little poem and then like a small kind of meditation thing if you feel guided, but I don't read everything that's on here. I try to keep it as short as possible, but I want to get the key points here. All right. So for those of you who may be triggered by this, right, I would say right off the bat, don't necessarily put a lot of judgment into the word of Christ. Okay. So if you're not into that or into Jesus or into Catholicism or Christianity or whatever, just look at it from a spiritual perspective. Okay. I say that because the name of this card is the Cloak of Christ. All right. So again, just put that aside if it like really bothers you, right? But let's see here what it says for you, Libra. It says, in the school of humanity, when you become intimate with God, you reside on the king's throne and teach the angels the nature of the divine. Okay. My sacred brother, he who shares my heart and yours, beating as one in harmony with the great unending love, brings you the mantle of his protection. Do you imagine that there is any part of your life, of your body, of your soul, that is outside the realm of his divine love and protection? Offer all to him, leave nothing cast aside. He and I together receive you absolutely without condition now. The compassion born out of your own struggles tempers the karmic weight of the divine justice. That's you, Libra, divine justice. Okay. In oneness with the divine heart, we know of your efforts and your struggles. So what is bestowed upon you now is the restoration of forgiveness, of kindness, of mercy. My sacred brother speaks to you. He shall receive your darkness and your light, the angel of your heart and the demon of your fear. Nothing is greater than my brother's love for you. Nothing is greater than the holy passion for you. Take refuge under the cloak of Christ, the mantle of my sacred brother, and know that you are held in our loving sanctuary. Okay, so that's beautiful. So you can replace, again, the word Christ or God with your ancestors' names or your guardian angels or your animal spirits or whatever like speaks to you, right? But basically, because this guy was a Persian poet, he was Muslim, but Jesus was one of the prophets that Muslims do recognize, that kind of thing. All right. But let's see what the little meditation says for you as well here. All right. So Libra, it says, open your arms wide above your head and tilt your gaze gently up towards the sky, the heavens. If you are inside, imagine or intend that you can gaze beyond the physical structure of the ceiling, right into the sky that lies above you. Lower your arms to prayer position at your heart and say aloud the following, if possible. Rumi and Jesus Christ, who love me without condition, offer me the cloak of the Christ, the mantle of divine protection, now that I may receive the karmic grace and healing I need through the power and the mercy of your presence. Thank you. All right. Again, you can switch the words around if you want. It says, also sit quietly and imagine you are surrounded by a dark, comforting cloak. Excuse me. You can easily breathe through this cloak. You can easily see through it, the filter through it if need be. You may feel comfortable in the darkness. Let it be whatever is most relaxing and soothing for you. You may even imagine it to be the night sky, draped with stars wrapping all around you. Close your eyes and relax now, for as long as feels good. That may be for a minute, for 15 or even 20 minutes or longer. Just be with what feels appropriate and is the best for you at this time. When you feel you are ready to arise from your rest, simply place your hands at your heart and say thank you. You may notice strong energetic sensations or emotions during this process or in the days following. You may notice repetitive thought patterns that you need to confront and challenge with more loving thoughts. You may have significant dreams in the evening following as well. It may be suitable for you, so much so that you wonder if anything has happened and if it has even worked. Don't worry, it has. The effect will be demonstrated at the right time and divine timing, so trust. All right. So that's beautiful, right? So again, you can just kind of change the words if you don't like the God or the Christ part. But I think that's really nice. All right, so dear Libra, that is your reading, and hopefully you got something from this. Always feel free to let me know in the comments down below, anything, or if you just want to say hi. I appreciate it, and I'm here, and I always read your comments. And also, if you like this video, or even if you don't like it, just give it either a thumbs up or a thumbs down, right? Because that does interact with the video, and then YouTube will share it more with others, the more interaction it has, if you feel guided. Okay, so no pressure. All right, but we are going to go ahead and switch now. It's about 31 minutes, and let go of the Libra energy and switch over to Scorpio. All right, so I will make a mental note as well, as far as the timestamps that I'll be putting in for later. All right, so we'll let the cards charge a little bit with the crystals as well. And I think I'll do a little bit of incense too, since I didn't really do it yesterday. The sound bell and the incense are great ways to charge and clean the energy from a previous reading, right? So that's kind of why we do that. Wait, I need this. All right. So many different cards and decks. Okay. And I have way more, obviously. Throughout my house, I always carry a deck in my purse. I got some at work, all over. All right. So they'll share that one. Share it. Share the crystal love. Or just do that. Okay. So I'm going to just throw these in here and again let them charge a little bit. And then we'll do the incense, a little sound bell, and we'll start shuffling here. All right. Let's see. Got my lighter. Okay. I have my fan on, so I'm like, it might take a second. And the window's open a little bit. Okay. That's good enough. All right. The incense going. Again, I hope everyone is doing well. Whenever you see this, tune in. Oops, got the sound bell there in my bracelets. All right, let's do these guys too. The wind's like blowing that way. Trying to get the wind and the fan, yes. All right, so I mean, I could just like bring it closer to for a second. Let's just do this. It's much easier. I'm like, what am I trying to do it through the thing? I mean, it was going through, but this is good as well. All right. Okay. We got that going. All right, so let's do our sound bell. So at this point, right, we're going to just kind of tune in with our body, stretch a little bit, breathe a little bit, right? It's a good place to ground for me and for you guys. And always, my goal is to make sure that I'm connecting with spirit and I'm communicating the messages as clearly as possible to you guys. All right, so here we go for Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio. All right. Let's see what we're going to get for Scorpio. All right. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for water sign Scorpio the Scorpion for June 2023. What do you need to see? What do you need to know? For their highest good. Messages for Scorpio for their highest vibration. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Scorpio for June 2023. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for water sign Scorpio the Scorpion. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? Their highest vibration. Yeah, there we go. Okay, stay. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for water sign Scorpio the Scorpion for June 2023. 4 cards only, please, spirits. 4 cards only. Messages for Scorpio. Yeah, get in there. Messages for Scorpio for June 2023. What do they need to see? What do they need to know for the highest vibrational good? Messages for Scorpio. This one and this one. All right. So then, yep, there's the bottom card, and I will also take the top card. It's over here. Okay, we'll switch decks here. This one after. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for water sign Scorpio the Scorpion for June 2023. And my shirt just fell down. Okay, good times. It's like a bathing suit. It's all good. That would happen during the Scorpio reading. Okay, love you, Scorpio. All right, let's keep going. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for water sign Scorpio the Scorpion for June. All right, that was quick. Let's see which one they want. I don't want to take both. Spirits, did you want the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse position here to represent the one and only tarot confirmation card for this Scorpio reading? Okay. So they want that one. And put the other one back in the middle. We'll still take the top and the bottom. Okay, and let's do this one real quick. Spirits guide my hands. Messages for water sign Scorpio the Scorpion for June 2023. 1 card only, please, spirits. All right. Let's do this one. Spirits, guide my hands. Messages for water sign Scorpio, the Scorpion, for June 2023. What do they need to see? What do they need to know? For the highest vibration, the one card only, please, for water sign Scorpio, the Scorpion. Let's double check. Spirits, did you want she who offers the sacred wine, so drink, oracle card for this Scorpio reading? Okay. I'm just open the page and leave it there for later. 32. Okay. All right. Now let's clarify these other cards real quickly. These go down here, maybe. We'll double check. Let's see. First, let's start with the first one. Spirits, I want to light, respect, and reverence before, during, and after. Thank you for all advice, wisdom, and guidance given, and thank you, of course, for listening. Spirits, did you want the 8 of sacred circles in the reverse position to represent the first tarot card for this Libra June reading? No. Oh, okay. Spirits, just confirm you want the 8 of sacred circles in the right side up position to represent the first tarot card for this Libra June reading. All right. Cool. Let's see about these guys. Spirits, thank you again. I'm just reconfirming. Did you want the Death card in the reverse position to represent what's on top of this Ancestral Path Tarot deck for this Libra June reading? And Spirits, thank you. Did you want the 8 of Cups in the reverse position to represent what's on the bottom of this Ancestral Path Tarot deck for this Libra June reading? No. Okay. Confirm you want 8 of Cups right side up to represent what's on the bottom of this Ancestral Path Tarot deck for this Libra June reading. Okay. Maybe they want them here. I still feel like these two want to go with the 4th card. Move everything over a little. Okay. Spirits, did you want me to talk about the Death card in the reverse position and the 8 of Cups in the right side up position when I talk about the 4 of sacred circles in the right side up position? Okay, so those are going to go there. All right. So let's go ahead and take our picture before I forget, and then we'll finally get started. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Okay. Here we go. So make sure it's focused. Okay, looks good. All right. So Scorpio, where are we at now for the time frames that I will put in the timestamps for later? We're at 43 minutes, I think. All right, so I'll just make a mental note. All right, but yeah, let's see what we have here for you, Scorpio, for June. Okay, so again, we're going to talk about the first 4 cards on the top and the time frames that may occur. Okay, so we have the first card can be from around June 1st through the 8th. The second card can be from around June 9th through the 16th. The third card can be from around June 17th through the 23rd. And the fourth card can be from around June 24th through maybe even the first week of July. Okay? But yeah, let's see what we have here. We've got the 8 of sacred circles, known as 8 of pentacles, in the right side up position. We have 6 of staves, known as 6 of wands, in the right side up position. We've got 4 of sacred circles, 4 of pentacles in the right side up position. And then we have the strength card in the right side up position here as well, Scorpio. All right. So you have 3 major arcanas here throughout your reading. Okay. So 2 are in the past position and 1 is in the future, current, present positions. Okay. So with that strength card, you have Leo energy here. With the Death card, that's your official card for Scorpio. Okay, so Scorpio energy again. And then with the World of the Universe card, you also have Scorpio again. You have Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius. So you've got 2 Leo energies and 2 Scorpio energies here. So what does that mean for some of you guys? You could be dealing with a Leo or a Scorpio sun sign, or you have a lot of that in your chart, or the other person does, or it could even be referencing Scorpio season or Leo season of this year, last year, even next year. Or it's again, an area in your birth chart or their birth chart that may offer more clues for you as to what is going on currently. Or it means nothing at all, okay? But I like to kind of mention it in the beginning. So let's see what else we have here, Scorpio. You have, as far as your minor arcana, you got four Pentacles cards, okay? So that's probably going to be the majority, but let's double check. You also have one stave or wand, one cup, and then your majors. So yeah, with the four sacred circles or pentacle cards, what does that mean? That can be an underlying theme to your reading. Okay, so that can be talking about money or finances or some type of value, right? So am I being valued enough? Is the other person, is the environment, as an example, right? Or am I being valued enough for my time? How does that happen, right? All those kind of things. Okay, so just kind of put that in the background of your mind, because that's just a kind of theme that may be showing up here for you. But let's go in order, okay, Scorpio. All right, so we start off with your first card, the Eight of Sacred Circles or Eight of Pentacles, and the right side up position. So this is energy that's still trickling in from the recent past because it is your first card, but it just talks about a lot of busy, productive energy, okay? So this reading here, Scorpio, could be about you or someone you're dealing with, multiple people, general environment situation, of course, okay? So with this Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Sacred Circles, it's also about learning a new, sorry, I'm gonna turn this down, it's annoying. I have like little background music and it's on a commercial or something, it's really loud to me. Okay, it's talking about you or someone else learning a new skill or craft. Why is this not working? It's like going the opposite way. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Really? Ah. My phone is just like not responding. What the hell? There we go. Jesus Christ. Okay, excuse me. Jesus Christ. We were just talking about Jesus in the last reading. Okay, excuse me. All right. Scorpio, sorry. So with this Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Sacred Circles, it's really productive energy, right? So this Native American woman is making drums. She just learned how to do it, right? That's like that learning a new skill or craft or developing an area of something that you or them already knew, but making even more knowledge or progress in that, okay? So all these drum orders are coming in really quickly, and so she's got to fulfill these drum orders and make all these drums, okay? When we also talk about the Eight of Sacred Circles or Eight of Pentacles, it's like the correct evaluation of somebody, of self and or others, right? So she looks around, she's working in the drum store, and she's like, okay, I fulfilled those drum orders, but there's still more drum orders I haven't fulfilled. So it's a correct evaluation of what has already been done and what still needs to be done, okay? And again, this can relate to money or finances because it is Sacred Circle or Pentacle, all right? So I like that here for you so far, Scorpio, as far as that first week of June, right? I mean, you know, there's good and bad points to being busy, right? But when we have a new month, right, and especially if, you know, if you're in the summer season, or even if it's not the summer season where you are, right, it can be just like a busier time here, but it feels in the right way, right? So this card wasn't in the reverse position, it was right side up. So that feels really nice for you. Your whole reading here, Scorpio, is pretty great. You really only have one energetic blockage, gentle reminder, or challenge, but it's not even that. It's less than that, and that would be in the third week. So if we pause the reading right here and there's something that you wanted to accomplish within your control, you want to manifest or travel, etc., I would say the best times really are the second and the fourth week, because you're going to be too busy, like we just said, in that first week of June, okay? And then the third week is a little bit of, we'll talk about later. But then still, your second and your fourth week are really good. Okay, so again, if there's something that you want to do, that's when I would do it if you can. Okay, but yeah, with that being said, Scorpio, let's get into here your second card, second week. We said it could be from around June 9th through the 16th or so, right? But we have this beautiful celebratory celebration energy with the Six of Wands, Six of Staves in the right side up position. So hopefully you can see this card, all right? But it's like some kind of Egyptian race, right? So there's a guy on a chariot, okay, and but there we kind of imagine that someone's ahead of him and someone's behind him or around, right? But everybody is kind of cheersing for that person, right? That's a really celebratory, nice energy. It also talks about supportive energy, okay? So when we talk about staves or wands, again, it can be something in the physical body. Okay, so if there was like bad health before, this card showing up would say that now the health is getting better. Or if it's not necessarily about health issues, it can also be talking about what gets us fired up and passionate in our body in the 3D world. Okay, but either way, however it may come into play for you, that's some really nice energy there, Scorpio. Okay, we do have. Let's see what is happening for the astrology wise on the second week of June. The first week we have the full moon in Sagittarius on June 3rd. Over here, what did I say? June 9th through the 16th. Okay, we do have June 11th, Mercury enters into Gemini, right? So Mercury rules communications, electronics, the way we communicate. It's moving into one of its natural placements because Mercury rules Gemini. Okay, it's one of its natural rulers. All right, so that's nice, right? Especially after we had Mercury retrograde. Well, I think it's been 2 weeks since Mercury retrograde ended. Almost 2 weeks, right? So that's again nice, right? So communications maybe being more easier for everybody here. What else do we have? We have also the Vesta. So Vesta enters into Gemini on June 22nd. So that's a day after the summer solstice, after we go into Cancer season. So that talks about partnerships. What else is it? Partnerships, commitments, marriages. Okay, so it's like relationships, right? Doesn't always have to be romantic, it can also be platonic. But when it goes into Gemini, when Vesta goes into Gemini, it's like, okay, now we need to have maybe a more open heart or communication around those things. So that's really nice. So if that's part of that celebratory, supportive energy here for you, Scorpio, then awesome, right? I'm just seeing real quickly what else is going on. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for that. So let's keep going. I don't want to go too far off on a tangent on the astrology notes. I do have the separate video on my channel if you feel guided. Okay, so now Scorpio, we're going to go into your third week with that Four of Sacred Circles or Four of Pentacles in the right side up position. And we said it could be from around June 17th through the 23rd or so. All right. But this is a little bit of that slowdown of energy that I was talking about, gentle reminder or challenge. Because the Four of Pentacles energy can be a really controlling energy. It can also be like a fearful energy. So normally you would see in other tarot decks, this guy is holding all of his money really tightly, right? So he's got two under his arm and one under each foot. Okay, excuse me, the incense. All right, so that is like there's never enough, or I have to control this, right? So it can talk about controlling with finances or controlling with values, but it is like I wish I could think of another word besides control to describe it. I'll think about it in the back of my mind. But anyway, it's this energy of like wanting to do everything yourself or the other person does or multiple people, general environment situation. So this guy, yes, right, the guy was beeping outside. This Native American man is smoking the peace pipe. So that's supposed to be shared with others to find common ground, but he's smoking by himself. So it's almost like a little bit of a stepping away from wanting to work with others in a certain regard, or not wanting to give up control, or not wanting to come out of this old pattern of being fearful about something. Okay. So because it is a sacred circle or a sign energy, pentacle, money, finances, as an example would be like, okay, so my grandma was alive during the Great Depression. So it was like you save everything, right? You save even like old food that's like rotten that you need to throw away because they didn't have enough food, right? So it's like letting go of some type of maybe old mentality or controlling thing. But whatever it is, Scorpio, it doesn't last long, okay? Because I don't want to dwell there, right? We'll talk a little bit about maybe what's underneath it, but just as like a heads up, the card that follows it is really positive and really good. So I won't worry too much about it. But let's see what's underneath here. All right. So this is energy from the past, okay? That's giving us more insight into why this guy came out here. So we have the Death card. That's your card, Scorpio energy, in the reverse position, which was on the top of your deck. And then we have the Eight of Cups in the right side up position, which was on the bottom of your deck, okay? So it could be that here in the past, Scorpio, in some way, perhaps you were not feeling all the way in your element, or also there could have been some type of change that was blocked, or someone or something was reluctant to it. With the Death card in the reverse position, it's like, no, I don't want to change, or I don't want to do something. So I usually talk about the Death card almost like, how do I describe it? It's not that someone's going to die, right? I mean, I would never tell someone that in a reading, even if I saw that. I would say something else like, be careful around these dates or something. But anyway, I would say that this is more of that metaphor of the dying of the old to make room for the new. So it can be about cleaning out your closet, right? So that's what I was trying to think of. I usually say that with the Death card. It's spring cleaning. So it's taking out the clothes that no longer fit, okay? Or, that you don't wear anymore, and you're donating them or getting rid of them. So then you can have space in your closet for new stuff, right? But because it was in that reverse position here, okay, it's almost like something in the past here was, again, blocking this change, or blocking finding wisdom around these changes. And that could be why there's that, sorry, where's the other card? Why there is that controlling kind of fearful energy in the future, current, present energies in that third week, okay? But then on the other side, I think it was this way. Yes, it was. On the other side of that, right, we have the Eight of Cups in the right side up position. So somebody also was trying to do their homework in one way, but in another way they weren't, Scorpio. And again, I don't know if this is you or someone else, multiple people, environment. But the Eight of Cups is about walking away from something, to take the time to ask the questions like, what makes me emotionally fulfilled, satisfied, happy? What are my emotional priorities, boundaries, etc.? What fills my cup, right? So this person with this energy is taking a break and walking away to ask those questions. So it could be that there's something that happens here, Scorpio, in the third week that triggers you or triggers them, or the environment, to kind of go over these things real quickly again, to let go of a little bit of the control, or let go a little bit of the fear, okay? But it feels like, you're able to do that, right? Or they are, etc. Because when we talk about your fourth week, now you have the Strength card in the right side of position, Leo energy. And we said it could be from around June 24th through June 30th, or maybe even the first week of July. All right. But this is about inner strength as well as physical strength. So this woman has conquered the lion, right? She has the infinity symbol over her head, which is what you also see in the Magician card in the tarot. So it's about manifestation, right? It's about if I manifested in the past, I can manifest again in the future. If I was strong in the past, I can be strong again in the future. So this is really nice to see here. And it's almost like, yeah, if you, again, let go of the control, the fear a little bit of the other person, general environment does, then it's like, oh, I can actually like be stronger because of letting go of those things. Okay, so even though when you're in that moment, you don't necessarily feel that way or see it that way, but then when you take a step back with that Eight of Cups in reverse in the past, maybe something from the past will remind you to let go or to um, relinquish the reins or the control in some way. Okay. Now, is this is interesting also here, Scorpio, because Spirit this time wanted to put the top and the bottom of the other tarot deck under the Strength card. So I wasn't expecting that, but that's what they wanted. Okay. But then when I saw what the cards were, I was like, oh, that does make sense. Okay. All right. So what you have underneath, again, is past energy along with the Strength card here we're talking about. So we got the Ten of Pentacles in the right side up position and the World or the Universe card in the right side up position. So it's like in the past, perhaps there was this feeling of ultimate abundance, 10 of Pentacles, right? So 10 is the highest number in tarot, okay? So it's being really abundant with money, wealth, etc., but also being really valued, valuing others, all that good stuff. 10 of Pentacles can reference something to family in the past as well, but it doesn't have to, okay? And then on the other side, you have the Universe card or the World card. That is like endings and new beginnings, a fresh start energy, a breath of fresh air. So the Universe card comes in here and it's like in the past saying the world is open to you. The world is full of possibilities. You can carve something out of nothing, right? You can create anything you want. So again, this, because it's going underneath this Strength card, it's like the manifestation thing we already talked about. So if I was able to manifest money and wealth or abundance or whatever it is I want to have more of in my life, if I did that in a past life or even currently in this life but before, then I can do it again. Okay, so that's kind of just already saying the same thing we briefly spoke about. Okay, let's keep going though and see what else is showing up here for you in your reading. Just want like a little bit of music but not crazy. Okay. Hopefully you can barely even hear it for you guys. It's just for me and for the animals because they get stupid sometimes. All right, so now we're talking about your tarot confirmation card here, Scorpio, and you've got the Five of Pentacles in the reverse position, okay? So this card comes in and it confirms all four cards at the top, all 4 weeks, we talked about, all right? But it is a combination of past and future energies. With this Five of Pentacles in the reverse position, Earth sign energy again, so Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, it's almost reminding you here, if you or someone else, because it's more Taurus energy, a little bit with the bull, if you become too stubborn in certain aspects, or someone else does, or the environment, then that money or that value could be taken away, right? Because it goes back to the Five of Pentacles in reverse, goes back to the Four of Sacred Circles or Four of Pentacles that we were talking about in your third week. So again, letting go of the control, the fear, not being so stubborn or set in your ways or their ways in some way here, because that will actually block your abundance or block their abundance, okay? But it still feels really good, right? Your reading is amazing right here. So it's also, because it's a past and future energy card, it's not set in stone. It's just like a little reminder or warning there, okay? But let's see what else we have here for you, Scorpio. All right. So now we're going to talk about your tarot oracle card. Okay. So this is your time. What is it called? I just said it like 5 minutes ago. Your time oracle deck card. All right. So if there was something that you were thinking about while you were watching this reading so far, or had a question about, this can be kind of an answer to that. It can be really interesting. You can look at it as either it's going to happen, yes or no, can be one of the cards that come out, or it can be, it's going to happen this week, it's going to happen in 3 days, it's going to happen in 3 months, etc. Okay. But you can kind of compare it to the past or the future. All right. So the one that you got here, Scorpio, is within 2 years. Okay. And I believe Cancer got this one, and someone else, this series of readings got this one. Okay. So that may be a particular message for somebody checking about, looking back at what happened the last 2 years, or happened, what's about to start to happen and gain momentum perhaps in the next 2 years. Okay. All right. And your last oracle card here for you, Scorpio. This is from the Rumi oracle deck. He's a 13th century Persian poet. This card is so pretty, the colors. Okay? And the name of the card is She Offers the Sacred Wine. Okay. So we're going to read a little bit here and then a small meditation, but not everything. Okay. We're going to try to sum it up as quickly as possible. All right, so it says, she offers the sacred wine, so drink. O wine giver of enlightened hearts, offer me the wine of your kindness, for this is the reason you have brought me here, from the desert of oblivion. O beautiful wine giver, pour me the wine that gives me insight. Offer me the wine from the sea of love and fill my heart with pearls. Pour it into my heart until I shred the veil and go beyond reason. My heart is consumed by judgment and my life is reduced by thoughts. Pour that precious wine over the frozen cries of skeptics until their words become warm and their ways become yes. Will you say yes to me? I want to take you with me on a wild adventure. There shall be tripping and stumbling and falling like fools, laughing over most unconstrained laughter as we drink the sweetest of offerings. Ravenous and silly shall we be, though undoubtedly we are from the noblest and most royal lineage. Nonetheless, standing inside the tavern, warm and illuminated by the golden hearth fires, we will hold on to each other, barely able to stand up straight, crying with so much laughter, sweet wine coursing through our blood. All right. So maybe if you can have a drink, it's saying have a drink, or whatever that equivalent would be for you if you're not into drinking, right? But let's see what else it says here real quickly. It says, this oracle comes with guidance for you. Are you having fun yet? Well, you may need to wash your hair and tend to your accounts. That is fine. You may even need to count your fingers and your toes. But over and over again, beloved, surely you can find some time in between the endless to-do lists and throw a tantrum and come dancing with me instead. Your honor and commitment, discipline and focus are certainly to be rewarded with some uninhibited nonsense, hopefully. Come put aside that seriousness for a moment and allow the wild child in you to take your body and soul for a spin. Together, let's go and paint the town the color red of love. Okay. So, turn this on again, my goodness. Let's see real quickly what this honoring ritual meditation says. It says, if you have a glass with some drinkable liquid, water is fine, or even juice or wine if appropriate, then you'll be ready for your ritual. So place your hands over the filled glass and say the following. All things emanate from the divine beloved, and the divine beloved lives in all things. In this sacred nectar, I receive the gift of love from the divine beloved. I sip, I drink, I partake of the sacred gift offered to me now. I place my mind aside and choose instead to bear witness to what is offered now through the gift of grace. I ask for assistance that I may remember what it is to play and to find the joy of living. the delight of my path, and the humor of life. Bless me with such grace, so be it. And then it says basically drink, take a sip. You have finished your sacred honoring ritual, and if you feel guided, you can dance around your room. Okay, so yeah, that was silly. That was cute. I like that for you, Scorpio. So, again, to sum up here, you had the first week a lot of busy, productive energy. Then you have the celebratory, supportive energy coming in. Then we need to let go of the control or fear a little bit, but then you have the strength card, right? So it's you could say that in that second week, maybe there is more time for silliness or time for wine or celebration. But I think that it's also saying here, Scorpio, to kind of incorporate throughout your days a little bit, to find time a little bit just to take a break from the seriousness. So that is your reading, dear Scorpio. And I hope you got something from it. Always feel free to let me know in the comments down below, or even just interacting with the video in any way, giving it a like or a dislike, either one. It does tell YouTube's algorithms to share it more with others. In the first couple of days, the more interaction it gets. So however you feel guided. And if you want to subscribe, it is free. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button over there, and it'll just let you know when I put out new videos. And if you feel guided and you want to share this video too, you can share it with friends or family, or whatever you feel guided to do or not. Okay. But you guys take care, and I will be back not tomorrow, but Tuesday with Sagittarius and Capricorn. All right. So if you want to join, you're always welcome. All right, guys. I will see you later. Take it easy. Bye.